Hello friends! Welcome to another Symphony Storytime where we share two of our favorite things, music and books. If this is your first time joining us and we haven't met, my name is Amy and I'll be your reader. And with me today is one of my friends from the Oregon Symphony who will be playing the music that we'll hear with our books. Say hello to JáTtik.
Hello everyone, I'm JáTtik, the tubist with the Oregon Symphony. Welcome.
So the tuba is going to be our instrument for our book today, Tacky the Penguin. And we love this funny story about this silly penguin who saves the day for himself and his friends. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Tacky the Penguin by Helen Lester, illustrated by Lynn Munsinger, published by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice, icy land he shared with his companions. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. His companions were graceful divers. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Tacky always sang songs like How Many Toes Does a Fish Have? Tacky was an odd bird. One day, the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could only mean one thing. Hunters had come. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growly voices chanting. We're gonna gonna catch some pretty penguins and we'll march 'em with a switch and we'll sell 'em for $1 and get rich, rich, rich. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect ran away in fright. They hid behind a block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, chanting, "We're gonna catch some pretty penguins and we'll march 'em with a switch and we'll sell 'em for $1 and get rich, rich, rich." "What's happening?" blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled. "We're hunting for penguins, that's what's happening." "Penguins?" said Tacky. "Do you mean those birds that march neatly in a row?" And he marched. 1, 2, 3. 360. 2.5. 0. The hunters looked puzzled. "Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully?" Tacky asked. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters looked wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. "How many toes does a fish have? And how many wings on a cow? I wonder, yup, I wonder." The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of the pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. Goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. Don't you just love that story? I love silly Tacky, and I think the tuba is the perfect instrument to go along with that book. So can you tell our friends how you played the sounds that we heard during the book?
I'd be happy to. So, hello, friends. This is, of course, the tuba. It is a member of the brass family. It's the largest instrument in the brass family, much larger than the trumpets, the French horns, and trombones. The tuba, you blow into this end, which is a mouthpiece. We have the mouth pipe, also known as the lead pipe. We go into the valve section here, and in the case of my horn, I have 4 piston valves with the buttons, and I have a rotor valve that my thumb operates, and each valve is attached to a slide that I can move on the fly for tuning. And then, of course, we go into the outer bows of the instrument, and then finally, the bell, which is where the magic happens.
So some of our friends have some questions for you. Would you be willing to answer them?
I am.
Okay. Our first question is from Connor. He's 7, and he wonders if there's anything inside there. I think he means the bell.
Well, it's just air.
So you can't keep anything in there, like a little stash of candy or something?
Well, the only problem with that is it might get stuck, and then you'd be in a world of trouble.
Okay, so Connor, the answer is no, nothing in there, just air.
Just air.
All right. Howie is 6, and he wants to know how old you were when you got your first tuba, and how excited were you?
I started playing the tuba in the 7th grade, so I was probably around maybe 11, 12 years old, and I remembered that, well, admittedly, I wanted to play the saxophone, but the band director thought that the tuba was the best instrument for me, and fortunately for me, they had some pretty large instruments that I could use. I was a big kid, so it worked out perfectly. And as it turns out, she was right, and the tuba was my voice.
Yeah, that worked out. One last question. TJ is 3, and he wants to hear something pretty.
Ah, okay.
You have something pretty?
I do.
JáTtik's going to play some music for us, and we're going to listen. But before we do, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for watching another Symphony Storytime, and hope that I see you again soon.
This is the Ashoka Farewell.